Greetings to those on either YouTube or Facebook. I will be going live on Insight Timer momentarily. So I just want to say welcome to you. Thank you for hanging out, just checking in if you joined the challenge. If not, you get to hear all about it. 4 seconds. I can't go live until it gives me the button. All right, here we go. Good now, my two lifesavers, Pam and Justin. Justin, Pam was the person today to remind me that I had the live. I was in another meeting. Oh my goodness. I got nothing. So I'm gonna just give it a couple minutes. It's gonna be a short one because we're just checking in, see how things. It does. It's not my norm, right? So it's not anything I think about or thought about. So welcome to everyone who has popped in. Good now, Helen. This will be a quick check-in. And then I think tomorrow the other challenge starts, right, on IT. You had a fabulous day with your mom. I love that, Pam. Good now to whoever is on YT or FB. It doesn't show me which one. Just a couple more seconds. How has it been? I think, Pam, you started the challenge from day one, or did you just catch the replays? Good now, Karen Q. Boundaries are clear. I love that. That's so freeing, right? Who is good now, my love? Rachel. Tighter eating window for me, 10 to 6. How's that working out? Good now, Caitlin. You watched day 1 and replay, caught day 3 in person. Got it. It's a battle, but I'm getting used to it. What makes it a battle? Good now, Caitlin. Just hear the vibe. That's cool. Rachel. All right. So, as I said, this will be a quick one, quick check-in. Hey, I'm winding things down. I love it. Boredom makes me want to eat. Okay. I get that. Trust me. Helen says, I was doing great at this until today. I hardly remembered to pause at all. Kept on forgetting. What changed? And I'm curious if, are you doing intermittent fasting, Justin? Yeah, I think he is. So I think, Justin, for you is getting to the root of the eating while you're bored piece. Instead of forcing a diet protocol on yourself that is challenging. Unless that is so if you're doing that because you're trying to combat the boredom, I would reconsider. If you're doing that because of the health benefits that have been associated with it, go for it and then monitor because it's not for everyone. So told my therapist about this whole thing at our visit today, though. I talked about all my girls today, and Helen, I am proud of you for showing up at my session. So have some grace, friend. Yes. Aw. But yeah, Helen, man, it's 5 days. You did 4 days. That's amazing. Like, that's no small feat. Although I didn't hear you beating yourself up, so that's good. It would be good to kind of get curious about what changed. What what shifted that made it like fall out of your your awareness, so to speak. but also it's only been 4 days, and it's a whole new habit, so it'd be good to just kind of think through that, if that's something you wanna continue doing. If you felt like it served you well, um good, I like it. Yeah, I mean, I sensed that, it didn't sound like you were, like, beating yourself up. Good now, Debbie and Moon Shadow. Um, Justin says, "Health benefits, really, but even when I study or work on something, then my body wants to eat something to better think." But yeah, Pam, I think I've always eaten around 10 or 11, but it was never a thing I stuck by. So Justin, what could be happening for you is, um, you have created an association with, eating and working out. So, you know how we if you have a, like the specific diet you're following, right? 10 to 6. So if that becomes your norm, who else has popped in? I didn't say good now to, my bad. I keep hitting the wrong button too. Diana, good now, love. So, you know how 10 to 6 is, say you've been doing that for years, and then for some reason you aren't able to eat within that window, and your body's going to get hungry in that window because it's associated that time frame with eating. So right now you have an association with, would you say, studying or work. Your body's associating food and eating with that. So it's more of a breaking that link um than probably boredom. Who else has popped in? Good now, Janet. Good now. Um, who else has popped in? So anyone who's new to the little 5-day challenge I created, good now, Jenny. Um, um, what we're doing, or what the intent was. Yeah, monitor it. Good now, Nisha. Um, good on you, Justin. Changing window of eating is a huge move. It is. It does. It takes it takes discipline, which of course discipline, like I've said before, it doesn't care how you feel. You don't feel like doing it, but discipline's like, yeah, well, do it anyway. Okay, so the challenge that is just a little 5 day challenge. We're on day 5, and the intent was to widen the gap between something that you do reflexively that you don't want to do anymore. So widen the gap between you actually doing that thing and not doing that thing. So for me, when I started, my intent was to not check for messages 5 million times a day. I do that. I recognize I do that because to I don't like somebody to send me a text and I take too long to reply. Not like they're expecting me to reply in 2 seconds, but that had been my standard for myself because I just like to be responsive. And with me not having the badges on my chat, thing, or my text thing, it makes me, like, look all the time and click. And so I was like, "This is not a healthy habit for me." So let me shift that. Let me create a challenge and see if anyone else has something they would like to not automatically do, and see if, 5-day, just taking longer. So the intent, take a 10-second pause, which hence the 10 seconds in the title. Take a 10-second pause before you do that act. And that gives your brain time to get out of the reflexive responsive mode and more into the thinking, the prefrontal cortex part of your brain. It lets you kind of think through, is this something I actually really want, as opposed to just not just doing it mindlessly. So that could be around food that you eat, that can be around, if you're angry person, you're mad at someone, you just like pop off at the mouth, and you realize that has not been helping the relationship or friendship or whatever. So if you hadn't joined us for days 1 through 4, no worries. One, you can catch the replay on the tube, but also that's the gist of what we've done. I just kept it simple. So I'd be curious if there's anything someone's like, "Hmm, maybe I should take a pause and observe that about myself." So, if you are new here, is there anything that comes to mind that you're like, "That would be a good thing to try out?" I'd love to hear it. Um, on day 3, it actually turned into, like, on-the-spot coaching. Good now, Elizabeth, because we were like we finished talking about that piece, and then it just went into something else. It was almost like Free Flow Friday. Good now, Adela. Hopefully, I said your name correctly. Janet. Okay. Justin says, "Thanks, Helen and Pam. This is a challenge. I guess it's just I'm trying to figure out if I'm actually hungry or just trying to alleviate the time I'm working on something." Yeah. It's more than likely you've created an association. Um, like for me, when I'm getting ready to drive somewhere, I'm like, I want something to drink because it's just they go together. I bring my water, I'll bring a tea or something, but when I'm driving, I want something to drink. Um, and a good point that a beautiful soul always reminds me about discipline. It only applies to something you don't want to do. It's easy to do the stuff you want to do. And the book um Slight Edge also says easy to do, easy not to do. That one got to me. Good now, Elizabeth. Yep, Slight Edge. Yeah. Um so Karen Key says, I think I would want to leave my iPad in a different room and not bring it into the bedroom with me at nighttime. I used to read before bed. Yeah, and you can read before bed. It's just better to have a physical book because there's studies around like the backlight of the phone interrupting the circadian rhythm. So if you have any physical books and you like to read before bed, that would be helpful. But yes, are you gonna try it over the next couple of days? And is there anything sugar man, it's tough. Yeah, that's why they put sugar in everything, so that you would continue eating it. We've already had this conversation. I was like, "You'll definitely try it?" I love it. And you know what? And just like Helen, I think I mentioned too, one, when you're starting something new, you cannot put that type of I mean, you could, but it's not helpful to put pressure on yourself to expect you to do it every single day. So, it's like aim for 2 or 3 days within a week and celebrate every day that you do it and celebrate every day you become aware that, "Oh, I didn't do it." And I'm not saying that you are like, you're cool with your progress. So, um, this was just an example in case anyone chooses to do something. Would you recommend weaning sleep? Yes, I would, but some people are good at cold turkey. So, know thyself. I am not a cold turkey person. Um, cold turkey is tough. It can be. It can be. Um, Pam says, "I like that idea. I used to high journal, but then I'd ruminate over what I wrote. Brain dumping doesn't work for you. Got it. See, know thyself. Know thyself. Okay. Anyone else who wasn't here, it's okay, Pam. Um, so I'll just give you a perspective on cheat days. The unconscious will have this like guilt. Like, even though you've authorized yourself cheat days, there's still like an unconscious feeling of I'm doing something wrong. So why not just live and allow yourself, "Oh, this is what I feel like eating today." Or this is, instead of calling it a cheat day, because you can treat yourself good or you can treat yourself bad. It's up to you. You are the boss of you. Just a perspective to consider. The diet industry has done a really good job with just really keeping people's minds confused on purpose so that you remain dependent. I'm not gonna It just seems that way. I have not spoken to someone and say, "Hey, do y'all" so it just seems that way. A great perspective. Thank you, Pam. So, this will be an hour long or more if we go into that. Top Yes, yes, it would. Um, just maybe an hour long, we start talking about sugar and all of those things. But anyway, okay, well, this is quick. If there's nothing that anyone else would like to bring forth, questions, comments, struggles, resistance that we can work through, that is the purpose of this quick check-in. My connection is sketchy. Have a blessed rest of your day, evening. You too, Pam. Thank you. All right, Karen Q. You can share in a group if you would like how it goes and how it feels, because sleep is so important. I mean, I got tracks on sleep on here. Um, and so if you find that uh, you're waking up not as rested after having had that iPad the night before, um, just notice that type of thing. How can we help ourselves get back on track without shame? Good question, Helen. I understand that too, because I would experience that, and then I would just talk to myself. So the Katie the Katie Byron, is that her name? Uh, the 5 she has 4 questions, but Dr. Amen added a 5th one to it. So the first question is, "How does that thought make me feel?" Oh, no. "How is that thought absolutely true?" So whatever your shame thinking is, right? I don't I'm a failure or I don't deserve blah blah blah. Um, so you whatever that thought is that is creating shame within, start to question it. Is that thought true? Can I be absolutely sure that that thought is true? How do I feel when I have that thought, which usually feels like crap? How would I feel if I didn't have that thought? And then counter the thought. So if you say I'm a failure, I can't say that I'm a failure because that is such a blanket term. There are so many things that you accomplished that clearly indicate you're not a failure. Can I absolutely say that is true? Nope. How do I feel when I think that? I feel like crap. How do I feel if I don't think that way? Free of judgment. And what's the counter that thought? I have proven success in my past. So that's how that works. The other way is if you're a sciencey geek, like me, understanding and actually, let me just share my sleep track. Understanding that the path what you think about throughout the day are the connections that your brain strengthen when you sleep at night. So if you want your brain to strengthen that negative self-talk and that shame, then that's what you'll focus on. If you would prefer not to, then focus on the opposite of those thoughts. Okay, Karen Q says, I couldn't do this one, but I like that you introduce these challenges. It builds resilience. Thank you. The problem is I like to use the iPad to meditate at night too. Got it. Understood, understood. So it's perhaps if you meditate and or read not in your room in the bed, Like, if you have a spot you can meditate, if you have a comfy chair you can sit in so that it doesn't associate so that sleep and lying down doesn't get associated with the things that are keeping you up, that might be a compromise for you. In theory, it's the ideal thing would be to, not have, uh it's like a digital detox an hour before bed, but I get that can be quite challenging. David, welcome the thoughts like an old friend. Basically, I notice it trying not to push the thoughts away. Try your best to be kind to yourself. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Um, what was the challenge specifically targeted one area or various? It was whatever for you, um, whatever it was for you that you're like, I do this too automatically without thinking about it. Like it gets into your awareness, but it's after you've already done the thing. So the idea is to create a 10-second pause before you do whatever that is that's reflexive, which is why it's a reflex reset. Um, and give your brain the opportunity to actually think. So you're interrupting a pattern that you are like, this is not a healthy pattern for me. I would like to shift it. So just give yourself 10-second pause. If you still go and pick the thing up, at least you're doing it consciously or whatever it is. You're doing it consciously. If you wanted to yell at someone and you gave yourself 10 seconds and you still yelled, at least you know that you intentionally did that. Um, so And you mentioned not having the iPad before bed. Is it causing a disruption in your sleep? Or is it just because I know sometimes we can hear these things and like, oh, I need to stop doing that without really evaluating that for your particular situation. If no shame, I would simply just start again and not judge myself. I love it. So no shame. Yeah. And Helen, you can also, if you're a visual person, write the word shame on a piece of paper and ball it up and throw it away and see how that feels energetically. That was in response to what Justin said. Thank you, David. Connection, a correction of what Helen said about, yes, I figured that, David. Yep, I suspected so. Thank you for sharing that. And good now to you. Welcome to the space. So, Helen, what says you? One of the other tricks is which is why intermittent fasting feel so challenging is if it feels like you're depriving yourself of something, you're going to naturally rebel. Not everybody, but the majority of the population will rebel even against themselves, even if they know it's good for them. So a good thing is deprive of sugar, right? A good thing is um, finding like your why are you doing this and what's good about it? Um, what is it about this habit that you are why are you incorporating it, so to speak? And to remove bad habits is not to stop them. You just start doing, and I don't like to say bad or good because I don't like to label stuff. So helpful habits versus not so helpful habits. When you introduce new helpful habits, it kind of pushes out the not so helpful habits without even trying. You're not making yourself stop something. So, like Justin, if you eat more fruits or something like that, and you're just too full to eat something sweet, at some point your body will wean itself off of sugar. So, hope that's been helpful. Thoughts, comments, questions? He was getting headaches yesterday because you didn't have sugar. Helen says it's all good. We can choose kindness over judgment. Absolutely. Yeah. Cold turkey with sugar can challenge people. Drink more water, eat more fruit. Karen Q says, makes so much sense. It's more of a reflex, taking the iPad with me. At times it disrupts my sleep. If I'm on an Insight timer live, I'm conscious of where the issue is. I just wonder if I'm afraid of the silence in my room at night, thoughts creeping and thinking. I would say um, try it on a day where it wouldn't matter if you accidentally oversleep or, um, yeah, and I can understand that. And maybe since IT lives, like, they don't last all night, maybe just have the iPad across the room. This I suggested this for, like, the sleep track. Play it on a speaker, and that way when it ends, but it's not right by you, you're not looking at the screen. You don't have to engage in the conversation, because sleep actually should take precedence. But just try it. Baby steps. Don't overdo it. Know thyself. Who has popped in? Savina, good now, love. Los, good now. Roman, good now. Yeah, Justin, just eat more fruit. Any other questions, thoughts, resistance, suggestions? I'll add peanut butter to the fruit. Okay. More fruit and water. That'll help with the sugar and cough caffeine if you're a caffeine person. Okay. Well, I want to celebrate you for making it 5 days. If this is your first day here, no worries. You can catch the replays on my channel if you would like to find out what this was all about. It's just my whole goal is to bring awareness to our to what we do that's not supporting who we want to be. Health habits, things like that. So bring awareness so that you can be more empowered and be more cognizant and mindful of what you do. I'm okay, Roman. Okay. I love it. Roman coming and talking to folks, saying hello. Um, so yeah, that was the intent. Just pattern interrupt, bring some awareness, and then awareness is the first step to change if you decide you want to change. You can also be aware and be like, no, I'm good. I'm okay with this. It has it's serving me well. You need to get mushroom coffee. Need to or want to or will? Which one is it? You will. Okay. You're the boss of you. All right. Goodness. Am I attacking you, Justin? It's all love. You need to learn lean off drinking a glass of wine to wind down. Nisha, you need to or you will? It's like I did Justin. You need to or you will? Will you choose to? And Karen Q says, sitting with ourselves and seeing what needs adjusting. I will one of these days soon. Got you. Yeah, that part. That's another piece to it too. How we talk about the things that we would like to change. We come at it from an empowering vocabulary or a one where it feels like we have the option? If it's something that you want to do, you will do it. And you will push through it until you get to where you wanna be. You just make the decision. Make the decision. 11 p.m. Good night, Helen. Rest well, love. Justin, read all the ingredients before you order some random stuff. All right, loves. Thank you for your time. Celebrating you. If you have any questions, you can reach me anytime. My inbox is open. I'm happy to answer. I also have the group here on IT. So gratitude for your time and your presence. And I'll see you around the app. Ciao. Peace. You're welcome, Karen Q and Debbie and Moonshadow. Moonshadow, why do I keep hearing my name? Ciao. And thank you to whoever is on the other platform. I appreciate you. Gratitude. And I'll see you around. In the real world.